What's that now? What ain't? That's a bad chick. What ain't? Shorty right. What ain't? That's a bad chick. What ain't? Shorty right. What ain't? That's a bad chick. What ain't? What ain't? That's a bad chick. What ain't? Look at shorty right. What ain't? That's a bad chick. Damn, that's a bad chick. Hey, that's a bad chick. Damn, that's a bad chick.
Welcome to Full Circle, your source of health, business, and entertainment. And today we are focusing on what? Health. Once again on Full Circle. Queen is doing her thing this year, especially with the health thing. I got a gentleman in here. He is off the chain when it comes to health. But I'm going to get him to tell you all who he is, because I need to know a little bit more, because this information he got, I might need to try it out myself. This product he has, I may want to try it out myself. But we have the one and only Will Gatlin in the house.
All I gotta say is wow, wow, wow. If I get introduced any better, I think Steve Harvey was introducing me himself, man. This is incredible.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for having me on your show.
Hey, you're doing your thing. You're doing your thing. You know that.
You know, we're trying to. We have a mission.
Okay, we have a mission. And what mission is that? Tell me who you are.
Know it's
what
from God.
Okay.
First of all.
All right. Well.
My name is Will Gatlin of Gat Tea. And Gat Tea starts, well, I started way before Gat Tea.
Okay.
You know, I'm a caterer, and I study nutrition. I try to help people get healthy by eating from God. And when you eat from God, then you'll realize that
when you say eat from God,
stuff that God makes, food that God's make, natural
natural
resources.
earth.
If we could use more natural resources with our children, the way our parents used to do is that's my mission when I say I have a mission. And what I do is I cook personally. I cook myself. I'm a cook. I use all kinds of natural herbs, rosemary, cilantro, and thyme, and nutmeg. There's other things besides that seasoned salt.
Exactly.
You know, that seasoned salt, and I can't name the brand names, but there are a lot of them out there that we can alter our lives and
go without. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah. Well, with the Gat Tea, and I'm gonna introduce it because Gat Tea I use for seasoning. But before I knew about Gat Tea, I was cooking on movie sets for movie stars, and with that, for 27 years, I've been feeding movie stars. It's kind of like, I don't want to say I'm out of touch with the regular public, but I was eating walleye pike, filet mignon, and shark, mahi, and you know, asparagus, and now I'm preparing all this stuff for my kids, and they're getting more worldly with what to put into their mouth. So I want to share this with most of the world about, you know, the most important thing is you are what you eat.
You are what you eat. Go ahead on.
So with being who I am now, you'll see no darkness under my eyes. You'll see the skin color should be one color, not 2 and 3 colors.
Exactly.
You'll see also when I talk to you throughout the segment, I speak with my hands. I'm not Italian, but I speak with my hands because that shows energy. When you have energy, you try to use it. You know, a baby, you feed the baby, you see the feet kicking. And you feed the hands moving, you get this little wiggly thing, and you like, come on, get some more, baby.
Okay.
But the concept is having the stress off of the baby, and the big picture here that I want everybody to end up with is to regulate your digestive system.
Okay, so with you actually starting off as a chef, you, from there, what made you get involved with
Gat Tea?
Talk to me.
Wow. You know something, Gat Tea came to me through force. My daughter got sick about 7 years ago. She was 12 years old. And she became bloated in the stomach. And when you bloat in the digestive system, you'll eat and get tired. You'll sleep and awake tired. You'll become irritable, easily angered, very short patient. You have a lot of people out there who have that behavioral pattern. Okay? And here I am, a chef, bringing home some of the best food, because I wasn't just giving them all the food. I was bringing home some for my family too.
I know, right?
so I figured, what is my baby doing bloating? She had bloated, looked like she was 8 months pregnant.
Right.
And once I took her to the hospital, they did their MRIs and their CAT scans and their barium swallowings and their GI inspections. And I'm looking around, I'm like, her stomach's still bloated. They said, well, we're going to resort to exploratory surgery. I'm like, exploratory surgery? I'm like, wow. So they cut her from her pelvis to her chest, and when they released her as being mentally ill based on stress. But they didn't find what they thought they were going to find. They thought they were going to find scar tissue. This made me study about stress. When I started studying, I started researching. My grandfather died from lock bowels, which was a bloated stomach.
Exactly.
My father, he died at 58, 59 years old from high blood pressure and diabetes. And he had a bloated stomach. I can remember exactly asking the doctor, why can't you get his stomach working right? Because you say everything else is wrong with him, but his stomach is bloated and it's hard. And can't you do anything? And they would do heart surgery, brain surgery, leg surgery, arm surgery, but they won't mess with your stomach. Now, studying this, I'm like, wait a minute. Now, what is stress? Stress is anything that makes you sick to your what?
Stomach.
Yeah. I'm like, wow. So then once I started studying, it was time for my daughter to come home. And I had found the herbs that's in this tea bag. I had them in the extract, and I was sneaking them in the hospital. And she would burp and pass some gas. And she'd go like, it was nasty as heck, but she'd go like, Dad, can I have some more? Because that made me feel better. I go, I would give it to her. So when she came home, I promised I would find it in a natural form. And I found all the specific herbs in the tea leaf, and I put it there. And later that week, she started to pass gas excessively. And her face went, Wow. It was like she was a newborn baby again. I had my baby back. She was back, and I knew that then God had brought GAT-T into my life. And that's what made me.
And that's what made
That's how I created GAT-T. And now my sole purpose for trying to get everyone to get on GAT-T, God. God used my baby as a sacrifice. She suffered for about 2.5 months not being able to pass gas, make a bowel movement. I get calls all the time saying what a great father, and how, because see, stress comes into your life from people you love. Through the divorce, the relocating. That year, I think we had a loss of life in the family.
It was a lot.
It's a lot of stress. A lot of stress.
And you don't believe that children, that young, what are you stressed out about?
Can suffer from stress. Well, the key to that is if I have stress, then my kid has stress.
They feel
This is hereditary.
That's right.
And this stuff is contagious. See, I always tell people, I said, somebody could make your day stressful by you going to the supermarket. So the whole hookup here is this. Gas and bloating. Gas and bloating imprisons the digestive system. If you get in prison, you can't eat and get energy. You're going to eat and get tired. You're going to sleep and wake up tired. You're going to become irritable, easily angered, and very short patient. Now, who wants a person like that around them?
Well, it's a lot of them out there,
Well, all of our children are like that. Remember, I said this is hereditary, okay? So anyway, the concept is, this is what I teach. Imagine 30 kids in a classroom. They're all bloated. Your mama don't even want one bloated baby in her bedroom because you're colicking, screaming, and crying. She'll send you to grandmama's house in a minute. But imagine 30 goes to this classroom every day, and the teacher's bloated. The teacher can't hear the kids. The kids can't hear the teacher. Everybody's just screaming and crying. What do you want to say about that?
Somebody needs some help in this room.
Well, what we're going to do is this. We're going to challenge, because I know I have some people out here who are getting ready to get the kids back in school. And I want to challenge our parents, first of all, to start regulating your kids like your grandparents used to do. Your grandparents would clean you out with cod liver oil, castor oil, black dwarf, milk magnesia, egg slacks, 3/6, senna, mullein tea, catnip tea, and you probably got a couple under your shelf that you don't have in your medicine cabinet, but you got them in the back of your head. Challenge yourself. If you go home and you see in your medicine cabinet that there's ibuprofen and doctor's medicine, you know you're hard-headed. So take a step back. Don't let your dad be proven right, because he used to always call us an educated what?
Dummy.
Fool or dummy, what he might call it, educated fool, you educated fool. Well, because what happened is we listen to everyone else except them. I'm challenging you and all your listeners to go and give a little respect to our grandparents and great-grandparents and know that they didn't clean themselves out for nothing. They kept themselves regulated so they can keep energy. Do you know when our generation came along, they called us lazy? Not my mamas.
Well,
not my mamas.
Let me tell you something. This generation now is very lazy.
They're not lazy.
A lot of the kids, and that's another thing because
I'm controversial. They're not lazy.
Okay.
That's what you see. That's what they saw.
Well, once they get around me or you, and some of my other friends, then they're not lazy.
No.
But starting off, yeah, some of them just like, oh, like you said,
right.
A lot of it is the food, the things we're putting in our body, the stress.
But the reason I was trying to stop you right there is because I have a concept about that. My concept is we were perceived, remember the word perceived, we're perceived to be lazy based on our lack of nutrition.
All right, okay.
Perception is what they did to us. But the point I wanted to make, now you don't get called lazy anymore because the whole country has bloated. Everyone's out there eating and getting tired, sleeping and awakening tired. You see so many obese Caucasian white people, you be blinking, you be like, you can't miss them. Just blink, blink, blink. Every time you open your eyes, you see another bloated one. Why is that? Why did they bloat only in the last 20 years and not before? Well,
because
go ahead.
Like you said, our grandparents, all right?
Well, no. Watch this. Black people, Big Mama been on TV bloated, right? I mean, they used to have
a mess.
Okay.
Okay, come on.
Excuse me.
Because I want to hear this.
Big Mama been on TV bloated.
Listen, viewers, now, check them out.
Big Mama was on TV a long time ago, bloated. Well, let me start off. Black people, we were brought to America under stress. We live in stressful conditions. We eat stressful foods. We marry stressful people. And we have stressful children. And stress makes you sick to your what?
Stomach.
Okay, so watch this. That's hereditary stress. Nutritional stress and environmental stress. Now watch this. Environmental stress. You hear arguing, it makes you sick to your what?
Stomach.
You can smell things that make you sick to your what?
Stomach.
You can taste things that make you sick to your what?
Stomach.
You can see things that make you sick to your what?
Stomach.
And you can touch somebody or be in a relationship or a job that makes you sick to your what?
Sick to your stomach.
So watch this. Now most black people, what kind of job do they usually have? The sick to your stomach jobs are the one like I had. Feed movie stars. Come here, would you like to try some of these carrots, please? I had the best life in the world since I was 15. I thought I was, I came from the southeast side of U.S. Steel Mill. They were shooting at my mama church, Pilgrim Baptist Church, where James Brown flipping and everything at. I'm like, are y'all hired? And they told me no, and guess what? I told them I work for free, and guess what? A whole almost 30-year career.
Wow.
For telling them that I would work for free. They call it internship now.
I know, right?
Yeah.
I know, right?
Yeah.
They call it internship.
The hook up here, kids, if you got any kids out there listening, don't ask for money for everything you do. My dad thing was, do the work. You'll get paid.
It's going to come back.
Do the work. You'll get paid.
Yeah.
So the work I'm doing now, and somehow after doing that movie stuff and getting into all of that nutrition, God was preparing me for this. This God was preparing me for this. And the only reason I say this is because I was using ginger. We have ginger in this tea. Right, peppermint.
Right.
Fennel seed.
I want you to stop before you start telling me what you got in this tea. Because I want to talk just briefly, real quick about my kids.
Okay.
Because I noticed when I met you that you focus mainly on kids, and I love that. That's what really caught my attention. And you also do a lot of things, different work programs or whatever with kids.
I do a lot of things with kids, trying to get them.
Me as well. And my summer camp is a Chicago Art and Video Project.
Okay.
And it's a summer camp here in Chicago on 9200 South Cottage Grove. And my kids.
I love how you say my kids. That's great.
I tell them when they're with me, the hours they're with me, I'm their mother.
We need more of this.
Yes, I'm their mother. However, these kids are Chicago Art and Video Project. It's based on them learning how to do TV shows,